What if I told you that the BMW X5 you see on the road is the final result of thousands of parts, hundreds of robotic operations, and countless precision checks? But here's the surprising part. Before the leather seats, giant digital displays, powerful drivetrain, and unmistakable BMW design ever reach the customer, the X5 begins as something that looks nothing like a luxury SUV. It starts with raw materials: metal, glass, wiring, electronic components, and a massive manufacturing system designed to turn all of them into one machine. Today, we're going inside the production journey of the 2027 BMW X5. From the first piece of metal to the moment the finished SUV is ready to leave the factory. And wait until you see the moment the entire vehicle finally comes together. 1. Where the X5 journey begins. Every BMW X5 begins long before it looks like a BMW. Inside the production system, hundreds of components and materials have to arrive at exactly the right place, at exactly the right time. Steel, aluminum, glass, plastic, electrical components, interior materials, mechanical components, and countless small parts that most drivers will never see. But every single one has a purpose. And here's where things get interesting. BMW doesn't simply assemble these parts. It builds the vehicle through a sequence of highly controlled manufacturing stages. The entire process is designed around one objective: precision. Because when you're producing a premium SUV, being almost perfect isn't good enough. 2. Turning flat metal into an X5. The first major transformation happens in the body production area. Large sheets of metal are fed into powerful forming equipment. With enormous force, the machines shape flat material into complex automotive panels. Doors, hood sections, side panels, structural components, roof sections. At this stage, there's no luxury SUV, just carefully formed pieces of metal. But every curve has already been engineered. Every mounting point has a purpose. Every opening has to line up later in production. And now, these separate pieces are about to become one body. 3. The robots build the body. Welcome to one of the most impressive parts of modern vehicle manufacturing, the body shop. Here, robotic arms move around the unfinished X5 body with incredible speed and precision. One robot positions a component. Another holds it in place. Another performs the joining operation. Then the process repeats. Again and again and again. These machines are designed to perform extremely consistent movements across thousands of vehicles. But speed isn't the only advantage. Consistency is everything. A robotic system can repeat the same programmed operation again and again, helping maintain precise manufacturing standards. Gradually, the separate components disappear. The shape of the X5 begins to emerge, and suddenly, it looks like a BMW. 4. The body has to prove itself. But BMW can't simply look at the body and say, "That looks good." It has to measure it. Cameras, sensors, inspection systems, precision measuring equipment. All of them can be used to check critical dimensions and alignment. Because one small error at this stage could create problems later. A door might not fit correctly. A panel could sit incorrectly. A component could fail to align. So before the X5 receives its beautiful exterior finish, the body has to pass inspection. But the next stage is where the X5 finally gets its identity. The paint shop. 5. Inside the paint shop. Imagine taking a completely unfinished vehicle body and watching it transform into a premium BMW. That's what happens here. Before the final paint is applied, the body is cleaned and prepared. Protective treatments help defend the metal against corrosion. Then multiple layers of coating are applied. And this isn't simply about color. The paint system has to provide protection, durability, and the premium appearance expected from the X5. The robots move with carefully controlled patterns. The result? A smooth, consistent finish across the vehicle. Then comes inspection. Under powerful lighting, even tiny imperfections can become visible. The body is checked again, because once the paint is perfect, the X5 is ready for the next transformation. 6. While the body is being painted, there's something most people don't think about. the X5's body isn't the only thing being built. At the same time, the powertrain and other major systems are being prepared. Depending on configuration and market, the 2027 X5 family can involve different powertrain technologies, including combustion and electrified systems. And each configuration requires its own carefully controlled assembly process. Modern BMW engineering isn't just about horsepower. It's about integrating mechanical systems with electronics and software. Thousands of signals can move through the vehicle every second, and all of those systems eventually have to communicate as one. 7. The moment everything changes. Now comes one of the most satisfying moments in the entire production process. The body is ready. The powertrain is ready, and they're about to become one vehicle. This stage is often referred to as the marriage. The painted body moves into position. Below it, the assembled powertrain is carefully positioned. Then, the two come together. This isn't just one connection. The vehicle now needs suspension, steering, cooling, electrical connections, drivetrain components, exhaust or electrified systems, and countless other interfaces. One by one, the X5 begins becoming a complete machine, but it still doesn't feel like a luxury BMW. Not yet, because the interior hasn't arrived. 8. Building the cabin. Now the personality of the X5 begins to appear. The interior moves into place. Wiring harnesses are connected. Insulation is installed. Carpeting goes down. The dashboard is fitted. Seats are installed. Door panels are attached. The steering wheel finds its position, and the digital systems begin coming alive. This is where manufacturing precision becomes something the driver can actually feel. The touch of a switch, the fit of a panel, the alignment of a display, the position of a seat, the sound of a door closing. Every detail contributes to the perception of quality. 9. The X5 finally looks complete. Now the exterior components begin arriving. Glass is installed. Lighting systems are fitted. Exterior trim is attached. Cameras and sensors are positioned. Wheels and tires are mounted. The grille goes into place. And suddenly, the unfinished body has disappeared. In its place stands the BMW X5. But here's the thing. Looking complete doesn't mean it's finished. The real testing is about to begin. 10. The X5 enters the digital age. A modern BMW is packed with electronics. So the finished X5 has to prove that all those systems can communicate correctly. Displays, cameras, sensors, lighting, climate controls, driver assistance technology, connectivity, electronic control modules. Everything has to work together. The vehicle isn't simply checked for mechanical problems. Its electronic brain is tested too. And that makes modern vehicle manufacturing very different from the factories of the past. 11. Quality control. Now comes the stage every X5 has to take seriously. Quality control. The vehicle is inspected again, and again, and again. Panel gaps, paint finish, interior surfaces, doors, windows, lights, wheels, seats, controls. Everything is examined. Because BMW isn't just delivering a machine, it's delivering an experience. And the customer shouldn't be the person who discovers a manufacturing problem. 12. The final test. Eventually, the X5 reaches its final checks. The vehicle may undergo functional testing designed to verify braking, steering, suspension, electronic systems, and overall operation. Some vehicles may also undergo dynamic testing depending on the manufacturing process and facility. The goal is simple. Find problems before the customer does. If something isn't right, the vehicle doesn't simply continue. It can be inspected, corrected, and tested again. Only after it meets the required standards can it move toward delivery. 13. From factory floor to the road. And finally, the moment everything has been building toward. The finished BMW X5 leaves the production area. Think about what just happened. A collection of raw materials became body panels. Those panels became a structure. The structure received its paint. The powertrain was installed. The electronics were connected. The interior was built. The wheels were mounted. And thousands of components became one sophisticated SUV. final cinematic ending. The next time you see a BMW X5 driving down the road, don't just see the badge. Think about the process behind it. The machines, the engineers, the robots, the technicians, the software, the inspections, and the thousands of decisions that transformed separate components into one vehicle. That's the real story behind BMW production. Because luxury isn't created when the vehicle reaches the showroom. It's created long before that, on the factory floor, from raw material to precision to performance. This is how the BMW X5 comes to life. A 2027 BMW X5 drives into the distance. BMW X5, built for the road ahead.